players for 1980 come on through the coloured paper there, and all the dancing girls. That's the full side. Let's look at it. Greg Brentnell, Chris Anderson, Peter Mortimer, Chris Mortimer, Steve Gearin, Steve Folkes, Steve Mortimer, Mark George coming out, led by their tough prop forward, Craig Young, and this is the full side. Brian Johnson, Mitchell Sorodimi, Graham Quinn, Brian Johnston, Philip Graham, Tony Trudgett, Steve Morris, Graham Buckley. Rod Reddy hit the legs of a player. If it had gone through, he probably would have run the race to the ball. Some solid defence out there too. No big part. There's a little love lost between these two sides. Graham Hughes jumps in there. Beautiful pass. Back to Mortimer. Plenty of pace. Back inside beautifully to Gearin, and a lovely cover defence there. Brian Johnston, Graham Buckley responsible for that. A good tackle. Perfect lock forward tackle. Steve Mortimer off out among the backs. What he's doing out there, we'll never know. And the crowd roundly applauding that passage of this telecast, brought to you by Mazda and your local Mazda dealer. Mark Hughes, beautifully unloaded to Mortimer, and his brother Peter puts it down. Chris puts it down. Graham went up the blind side, nicely back inside to Graham. Buckley. Morris, Trudgett. There's a gap out there if they can move it wide. Ryan Johnston was able to shoulder one of the defenders out of the way. Back inside to Johnson, the fullback. He's got a bit of pace, but Mortimer's there with a copybook diving tackle. Brilliant stuff. Just chopped him down. See that position up the sheer post. Dowling, win. The kick is ricocheted. Stone has it. 6 to go. Bit of fisticuffs here, Stone and Robinson, as Buckley comes away with a good backing up run on the inside. 10 metres out, Canterbury on the rack. Graham Hughes well offside out among the backs there. Wing, Dowling will go in! Good interchange of passing, and Dowling the hooker was Johnny on the spot. Took Brentford the fullback with him. And Robert Stone is still squaring off to Robinson there. They had another altercation. See the year will receive a mighty Mazda 626 valued at $9,090. 5 points to nil. St George lead. A beautiful try. Well set up forward play. Robert Stone. And 1 goal. Repeating the earlier game scores in reserve grades, St George 17, Canterbury 11. Under 23s played a 16-all draw. Exciting game. Morris on the ready. Ready's got himself right into the clear. Got Sorodimi on the outside. He looks as though he's well marked. The pass comes into Lynch. Put the glasses down. They'll not catch the big fella. And he ran with a slightly hobbled gait over that last 20 metres, but nonetheless it's been a very fine try by St George, and Reddy is really showing a lot more enterprise today, getting very, very involved. No, that was the 6. There's Jay Raper, affectionately known as the Chook to his thousands of fans. Mortimer, sprinting away nicely, showing a nice clean pair of heels. Peter Mortimer, now a pass to Gearin, and Gearin knocks on. Might have been knocked out of his hand just as he took it. Let's from halfway. In a most uncharacteristically bad performance by Canterbury in this opening 30 minutes. Trudgett. I didn't see the pass go, but it was beautifully delivered. On to Brian Johnston. He's immaculately tackled by Steve Mortimer. There'll be a penalty. Did he not let him go? Well, the referee's allowed play to proceed. I thought Steve Mortimer should have been penalised for holding on. The penalty's gone now. That was rather ridiculous, really. Now they'll take a kick at goal. It was really quite liberal.
There's probably is waiting to see if St George could gain an advantage. If he could have got to his feet and play the ball, the play goes on.
Craig Young, right through! Oh, the try's gone begging. The pass went astray. Steve Mortimer has it. It's really, I don't know how they failed. 10 points to 2, the scoreline. Some splendid football by St George and a whole heap of errors by Canterbury. Bit of a punch-up going on with Coveney standing there like the original Marquess of Queensbury, a left and a right hand. And there he goes again with a little jab, and Robert Stone saying a few words, trying to goad him. Reddy's got hold of Stone by the jersey. Let's have a look at some Dowling scrum statistics. 24 for 45 in the 81 pre-season. Success rate just over 50%. And he's just over 50% in the 1980. Brian Johnson throws the dummy, lobs it back inside, put the glasses down, Saradini. Great way to start the second half for St George. A clever, intelligent bit of play by Brian Johnson. And he's roundly applauded by his teammates. 8 metres from halfway. Craig Young. Buckley. Steve Morris electing to run. Put it beautifully to Dowling, the hooker. There's a top tackle too by Folks right round his boots. Craig Young. Back inside to Wynn. Wynn's got himself into the clear. He's got run too. Look at him go. Into the corner. Running hard. Just taken. But the pass back inside has been knocked on. Now Canterbury come up with possession. That's the arm free to give a one-handed pass, but couldn't do so. Graham Quinn. There's little Morris again. On the halfway line. Lee. Jansen. Get to his feet and fire forward, he does. Had no marker then. Casillas. Jansen was holding on to Casillas there. Craig Young. Win. And through the defence again. Casillas tackles him, it's gone to Stone. And the pass knocked down finally. Buckley has it. Again, the pass knocked down. And who's come up with this one? Canterbury. Changing of possession. The error count is going to be enormously high. Robert Stone, 10 metres out from the St George quarter. Graham. Craig Young. Beautiful pass to Saradini. Brentnell, he might have it on. Brentnell for pace. Brentnell gets to him and gets him into touch about 2 metres from the line. Very close go. And Anderson applauds Brentnell for a fine tackle. And now here's the end-on shot of that Saradini run. And the tackle from Brennan. Now watch the sideline. It was covered up by the spectators. Yes, there's little doubt he got him into touch. That's fine stuff. Robert Stone taking the ball up from that tap restart. Sun shining brightly here at Belmore now. The players won't be madly enthusiastic about that. It's still pretty hot for football. Sections of the crowd giving up on the result. Craig Young. Graham Wynn. What incredible pace the big fella's got. Oh, right through. Brentford's pass. Saradini will score underneath the post. And Graham Wynn really top performance. He's had a quiet second half as opposed to a very active first half. But the big fella's come good. And Saradini too has positioned himself so well for his 2 tries. See that again. Well, now it remains for Canterbury to salvage a little bit of pride out of this. They've got to attempt to come up with some sort of an effort in the dying moments to at least get a try on the ball.
George Fafonis coming off and Pat English going on for Canterbury.
Trudgett finding great yawning gaps there to run now. The big St George forwards have really called the tune. Stone. There's Wynn again. There's Morris. Beautiful running. Tries to come back inside. Does so. Elects to run again. Looking for support. Craig Young not real happy with Morris on that occasion. Had a bit to say to him. It's Canterbury back onside again. Buckley. Buckley through into Trudgett. Oh, the top tackle there by number 3, Peter Mortimer, puts him down only 8 metres away. Canterbury on the rack. Should be a try here. The Win gets his pass away nicely. Out there to Brian Johnston with a T. match continues. The St George steamroller, this premiers for 1980. Canterbury well and surely beaten. Another scrum win to St George. Buckley swivels and gets through some pretty abject Canterbury defence there. Morris, Trudgett. Switching the play, Craig Young unloads to Robert Stone, who probably won't be all that keen about having a run out in the wing there. Ryan Johnson.
That's his third away, straight up later.
Minute and a half to go by our clock, unofficial time. Craig Young. Taken well by Graham Quinn. Trudgett. Big Graham win on the outside of him. He couldn't unload there. Morris. Graham Quinn, the dummy. Out to Graham. A long floating pass back inside to Buckley. Buckley gets a bad pass away, and St George on the sixth tackle had to just fall on it. Trudgett. Win, a little kick through. Picked it up beautifully, got it support there. Away to Graham, then on to Morris, and that's a try. Well, there you go. They've really torn the heart out of this Canterbury side, right underneath the post. And the tries have been scored with such ease. There's no cover coming across. There's little. 26 embarrassing points to 2. See it again.